Hello Planeswalkers, DeckTech back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Today we're going to give people some clamps. But before then, I do of course hope you head over to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and it helps support the show. Now, we did finally start playing the Pauper event. And I think I have a very interesting deck that I don't think... I've personally not seen anyone play it. And I hope no one has, and I really hope this video does well because I think this deck is hilarious and actually decent. So, this is a bounce deck that aims to mill your opponent. Now, just because Persistent Petitioners is no longer legal in this format, does not mean you can't mill your opponents. This deck is stupid, but it seems to have worked so far. So yeah, let's hop into what the deck actually is. So I'm actually going to start off with my bounce spells. So we're running 3 Justiciar's Portal, 2 Justiciars, whatever, 3 Teferi Time Twist, and 2 Blink of an Eye. It's very possible that we could run 3 Blink of an Eye, but 2 has been fine so far. So the reason I'm running this sort of split is for several different minor interactions that hopefully you'll see in the games. But essentially, this will bounce your permanent and have it come back immediately, and it also gains First Strike, which is very helpful at blocking some of your opponent's creatures and being able to block profitably. Teferi's Time Twist, on the other hand, is a card that doesn't bring it back in until end of turn, and that can allow you to dodge some other types of removal. But typically, what I use it for is for making sure my bounce target has that extra +1/+1 counter on it, so we can actually do something with it. Usually, just so it is able to block a creature profitably. And then, of course, 2 Blink of an Eyes. Blink of an Eye is fantastic, because in the earlier portion of the game, you're going to be able to bounce one of your opponent's really large threats. And then later on in the game, you're going to be able to do a loop, essentially, for a large amount of mana, but that's fine, we totally get a ton of mana, with this and Salvager of Secrets. So what you end up doing is, at the end of your opponent's turn, if you don't have to bounce anything, you pay 4 to return Salvager of Secrets to your hand. Then, and you'll get to draw a card, which is the important bit. Then, on your turn, you play Salvager of Secrets again, put the Blink of an Eye back in your hand, and you're up 1 card. Now you might be saying, well, that seems a bit excessive to draw a single card. Yes, but the fact of the matter is that Blink of an Eye and Salvager of Secrets are very versatile in what they can get. So using that loop is not, it's not really wasting time because 1, you're drawing more cards, which is always nice. And 2, if you have to, since you're holding this up at instant speed, if you have to, you can use Blink of an Eye against something of your opponents. Or on your next turn, instead of getting Blink of an Eye back with Salvager, you could get something else if you need to. And I think that's a very important thing. But we'll talk a little bit more about Salvager of Secrets in just a moment. We have 4 Omenspeakers because we do need some early game blocks. This is a card that is helpful in doing that, as well as the fact that it allows us to scry 2. Scrying 2 is fantastic because we can make sure we can get our lands. Early game, this tries to get lands. Late game, it tries to not get lands. Very helpful. And for what it's worth, we can blink shenanigans with it to get a little bit stronger. For what it's worth, Teferi's Time Twist is very good with Omenspeaker because she comes back as a 2/4, and that's a lot better at blocking things than a 1/3. For Elvish Rejuvenators, we really want to be able to get a large amount of mana, as you can probably tell, considering we want to be able to play Salvager of Secrets and Blink of an Eye over the course of several turns. So Elvish Rejuvenator is another one of these targets that we can blink if we have to, but otherwise it just is a nice ramp spell. Now I should mention that other than pretty much Explorer and Salvager, we try not to bounce our spells, our other creatures. We try just to use it on Homarid or Salvager, but there are situations where you're going to need to bounce something that is a little suboptimal, which should be fine considering we are playing 8 total bounce spells, and with Salvager of Secrets, that number can kind of inflate. So we're running 3 Centaur Peacemakers, as well as 3 Skyscanners. This is not a deck where we're trying to kill our opponent with combat damage, so giving them 4 life does not matter. But giving us a blocker and 4 life is very, very good against a lot of the more aggressive creature-based strategies. Other than that, not much to talk about. 3 Skyscanners, it draws you cards. If you have to, you can blink this, which is less terrible because it at least does draw you another card. But it's a flying blocker, and it draws us a card. Then, of course, 4 Thought Collapse. Very limited on how, the things that we can use to mill our opponents. I feel like these might be the only good cards at common that do that. I looked, but I could have missed something. But this is also just a catch-all counterspell, right? If our opponent has something that we really don't want to deal with, like a hexproof creature or something, then we can just go ahead and say no. And when we say no, they also get to mill, which is nice. It's only 3, but still, you know, if we cast all 3 of these in a single game, that's, you know, that's 12, right? That's not terrible. I want to talk about you in a bit. 3 Centaur Nurturers. This is fantastic as a means to ramp, as a Pillar Field Ox, which, gives us a decent blocker, and the fact that we're going to be able to use this to create mana. So this has been a very fantastic card, and I do note that there are 2 Centaurs in the deck. Sure. 4 Homarid Explorers. This is the main win condition. The way we win is by milling our opponent to death. I don't know if I've ever actually milled my opponent. I think they've all just conceded. But the idea essentially is, even if you can't turbo mill them, right, get them all the way down to the bottom, you should be able to run them low enough that you're going to be able to just win the game via attrition. We have a lot of ways to gain life. Even if we lose all of our Homarid Explorers and they're in the graveyard, we have no way of getting them back. But we can still bounce things like Bulwark Giant, our Peacemakers, we can bounce our Nurturers. There's a ton of ways to just stymie the tide of damage that we should be pretty fine at just winning the long game and making our opponent deck out. I think the closest I got to milling someone was they had 3 cards left in their library, but they conceded at that point. But yeah, so essentially the goal is to just keep flickering this and milling your opponent. So, it's 4. So if we play all 4 of these, it's going to be 16. Plus, theoretically, if we used all 6 of these, that's an additional fucking 24. So that's what, 40? That should be enough over the course of the game to just mill your opponent all the way. But we haven't really milled our opponent all the way, for the most part. 3 Salvager of Secrets. It returns one of our blink spells. As you can probably see, those are the only things that we have as spells. But they're always fun, good to get back, right? If you have to, you can actually Salvager of Secrets to... You can use Justiciar's portal on Salvager of Secrets to give it first strike to block a... Let's say a 2/2 Death Touch creature, right? To block a creature like that, and you can just use the Salvager of Secrets to get that Justiciar's portal back. So very, very nice lines going on there. And then last but not least is 2 Bulwark Giants. This is just a nice high-end card that we can use, 1 as a big, beefy blocker, and 2 as something that can gain us a large amount of life. And the fact that we're going to be able to blink this a certain number of times is even better, right? If we're against a certain deck and we've milled them enough, we can just start blinking Bulwark Giant to make sure that we just live. Also, unless they're a flying hexproof deck, which we haven't faced yet, and I am a little scared about flying hexproof. I don't know how well I'll do against that. But, if we're against something like that, it's very possible that we would rather just gain a bunch of life. This is the mana base. I'm not sure how good it is, because we are trying to force a 3-color deck in Pauper. So, and these are the only things we really have access to. White is our, least utilized color, as you can see. But we kind of need green more than white, at least in the early game, especially considering we need the Elvish Rejuvenators and the Nurturers. So this is the mana I came up with, and I think I'm at 20. I'm playing 22 lands. Really? I thought I was playing 23, but for what it's worth, I haven't had any issues. I mean, as you can see, it says we've won 5 games today, right? That's not entirely true. We've won 4. One of them was just a turbo concede. So we played 6 games. 1 was a turbo concede, 1 was a loss. We have 4 actual wins, and I will talk about those in just a moment. I just need to refresh myself. I am feeling better today. Yesterday just fucking sucked. This is a pretty good hand. We're going second, which is, always bad. But, we have Omenspeakers to smooth our draws, kind of get what we need to get. Put it on blue-black, probably the first control deck that we're coming against, I think. I played this just because we have a Justiciar's portal out. Okay, let's see. Do we play the Omenspeaker here? Yeah, possibly. Let's see if they counter this. Oh, didn't counter. Might kill. Thought Collapse. I do love the idea of Thought Collapse. Do I do this into Thought? No, I think I just would rather do this so I can draw Thought Collapse next turn. I don't think it really matters. I definitely want the island as well, so I think this is fine. Yeah, should be okay. Our first game was against Mono Black Inheritance, so the deck that kind of just tries to slowly kill you over time, or actually, they had a decent number of creatures, amass creatures and things like that. We won because we have so much life gain that we just really didn't matter. So this does look like the Dimir control deck. And I've not faced them yet, but hopefully they draw enough without doing fantastically that everything should be fine. Do I play an Omenspeaker again? Yeah, sure, might as well. I can actually start pressuring this opponent Actually, I think I do this. Yeah, I do this because I can actually play Thought Collapse on our opponent. But it's very possible that we actually just kill this opponent. I don't know what the blue-black control deck to play right now. Or it's not a control deck. I don't know. Should be fine. I did face Animas deck. Were they in blue? Oh, no, it was... Wait. Oh, yeah, okay. I remember what it was. So, that Inheritance deck, pretty easy to beat. We milled over 3 of their 4 Inheritances. They had an Inheritance, I think, on turn 4. Right? I lost a ton of life that entire game, but I gained significantly more than I lost. I think I ended that game at, like, 12 life or something. Sure. I'm totally fine just waiting. And I keep on waiting on the world to change. I had no reason to attack, or even just act first. I'll keep on waiting on the game to change. Cruelty to this? Don't care. I really don't. Like, I want to be able to hit, like, them removing... Yeah, like this is what you hit. Bye, have a beautiful time. Ah, interesting. Okay, so this is the blue-black version of the deck that I saw. So one of the decks I played against was Is It a Mass? With spells. You're talking about Omenspeaker? Nah. I'm fine doing this. Because I have double Homarid. And I actually get to scry. Do I want this? I might... do I want this? Next turn, am I going to Salvager? I'd possibly Salvager next turn to get the Justiciars back. Which means I would actually rather draw this first. And I think I'm fine drawing this as well. First strike, they can't attack me, which is nice. Opponent does still have 5 cards. But it should be okay. Are we just going to use this here? I mean, I usually get Thought Collapse back, actually. Then they have 1 window to actually play something important. Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Get Thought Collapse back. 2, 3. Although, for what it's worth, since I don't have another land, I won't be able to weave it in properly, but it should be fine. Our second game was against Golgari Tokens, and very similar to... Oh, Moment of Craving. Rude. I guess this is mid-range? Yeah, dude, kill my dork. I will be fine taking a couple hits here and there. Have fun, dude. They know about my Thought Collapse, so they're going to play around that the entire game. Or they can just play into it, I don't know. No idea what this deck does play. I need 1 more land to be able to play Explorer. That's not true at all. No, yeah, 1 more land. To play Explorer and still hold up Thought Collapse. Ocean Rain? Is that worth countering? I suppose so. They draw 2, so nah. This is actually nice because then I can just play Homarid Explorer and not care, because I'll have Time Twist as well. Callous Dismissal. Okay, interesting. Oh, Portal as well. Portal's nice. Do you have a counterspell? Nope. Get milled. 45 down to... Oh, nice. Ooh, and they lost some dismissals and stuff. 18. Spark Harvest. Yeah, it's just like weird mid-rangey spell type deck. Actually, wait. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I have no reason to not let that happen. Oh, but my opponent, you are so sad. Would I rather Time Twist? Yeah, might as well Time Twist. I prefer Justiciar's Portal in a vacuum. So, yeah, sure. Deal 1 to me. Doesn't actually matter. So now we're in top deck mode. Except I actually could just kill my opponent. Skyscanner? Yeah, Skyscanner sounds fine. Could play another Skyscanner. I could hold up Portal for a Homarid, but I actually think that just playing the scanner here is fine. Just because I have an additional Homarid in hand. Got Time Twist, that's nice. I don't want my opponent to be able to discard something for me. That would be annoying. Gotcha. This is usually what happens. Like, we're playing some sort of, like, really strange version of Control, I guess. But it works, and I don't know, like, I made this deck from scratch. You guys could see it yesterday, when I, like, gave you the little hint things. I made this. I have not seen anyone play this. Some people wanted me to play, like, the spell weird deck. And, you know, I thought about it. I saw a bunch of other people played it, and it just didn't. It is not my colors. Is it not my color combination. There we go. So I was like, I wanted to do something different. And I feel like this is really different, and I think it's fun, and I love it, and this hand is decent, especially since we're going first, and our opponent mulligan, which is actually technically worse for us, because they're starting the game with 1 additional land in their deck. So how could you? Golgari tokens, yeah, like we just beat them. They couldn't get past our nonsense garbage creatures, and we were able to just slowly mill them. I think. Ooh. Elvish Rejuvenator. The thing is, this top 5. It does look at top 5. It's gonna scramble them. Do I want an? I know. I'd rather have the Explorer. Yes, because the Rejuvenator is gonna get scrambled from this Rejuvenator. So. Opponent is on some sort of ramp type deck. Let's see what they have. Sure. So instead of doing anything else, I'm just going to do this. Vortex. Does that give trample? Nope. Gonna kill my flyer? Nope, you're gonna put a counter on that. Rude. Well, I'm just gonna block. This deck could theoretically become an issue, but I'm not sure that it will. Do I play another Skyscanner or just play Rejuvenator, try and get cool stuff? I can blink this. It's always nice. I think I'm just gonna Skyscanner. Just kind of deny them as long as I can. I think Golgari Tokens was the deck that I got to 3 cards in library. After that, I played against Is It Spell Amass. It was the... It had both of the weirds, and it played, like, the Amass creatures and stuff. Or the Amass spells, I should say. And that was pretty bad. I had a really slow start, and I couldn't draw any green. So, unfortunately, I just kind of, like, lost and stuff. I think for this, I have to start milling them fast. And I have to also hope that they just don't have removal in their blue-green deck. No attacks. Put counter on the creature. Yes, this is just Simic Proliferates. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to start going downhill. This deck could very easily beat me. I want to play Rejuvenator. It comes in tapped anyway, so I might as well get this. I could play another Rejuvenator, or I can hold up Time Twist. I think I would rather play another Rejuvenator because it allows me to hopefully block things. Alternatively, I could just Time Twist Homarid Explorer right now to have it be 4 power. That's definitely a consideration. Because if it's 4 power, they're less likely to attack with this, although they do have... Well, that's a sorcery, luckily. Although if they play it, it's going to suck. That's an instant, though, and I don't really want to waste that. So I think the correct answer is Rejuvenator here. Thins out the deck a little. Ooh, or not. No attacks. I absolutely will triple block if I have to. But the Informant is probably just going to be an issue, unfortunately. Because they were able to get a counter on it, like as soon as it came down, means that it's going to be very difficult to really do anything about this. I'll just do this now. There's an argument for doing Omenspeaker, and now that I've done this, I think it would have been better for me to do Omenspeaker. Yeah, this unfortunately looks like a deck that they just got to start like too fast for us. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this is just going to be a loss. But while they're jerking it, that's fine. So yeah, against the Is It Spell deck, I had no green, and I had a few green spells just stuck in my hand. Then we went against, like, Boros mid-range. It had, like, spell aspects. It also had, like, mentor aspects. Now we're just going to concede here. That's what's really nice about this format, the fact that it doesn't cost anything. Just concede early, right? Like, usually I say, like, never concede or whatever, but if you're pretty certain you're not going to win in this format, just leave, right? Obviously, I think you should play it out. If you think there's a chance. I don't think I could come back from that. This is a hand. It's unfortunately relatively slow. We can't do anything until turn 3, but I think I will keep it. Because we do have some life gain. Life gain is nice. Unless it's a control deck, in which case, this is damage. I think we're going to start off with the Guildgate, this Guildgate. because we have more forests in the deck than we do plains, but should be fine. So yeah, we can play this. And it's possible that our opponent is on a more aggressive strategy, which should be, yeah, this should be a cakewalk, because I mean, look at the amount of mana we have, or of life gain we have. Right, this is fucking 14. Yeah. We beat Boros mid-range. They like weren't doing anything. Oh, you're gonna kill my Peacemaker? That's incredibly rude. I won't mind though. No, sure. I will block that. Oh, okay. I do want to play out the Nurturer at this point, just so I can maybe start making 2 plays a turn. My opponent's probably like, what is he on some Bant life gain nonsense? But I'm not. Last game was against red-green dinos. They were able to ramp out a... What is that damn card called? I think I'm going to play this, actually. Play this, then I think I play this, so I can hold up Justiciar's Portal. I'm just gaining life, bruh. Pass. And I'd probably bounce this, to be honest. But, you know, we'll see. They were able to get out a Colossal Dreadmaw, that's what it is. Oh, interesting. Okay, the flyer might be an issue, but just like this right now, I don't actually care. And they can't really valuably attack here because I have two fours. I'm not going to use the portal if I don't need it. Yeah, and I don't need it. Let's go ahead and play this down, I suppose. Get this down. I'll just pass. Theoretically, we could have started attacking, I guess. Yeah, maybe we should have. I'm not sure, but it should be okay. I mean, the deck has done relatively well for me so far. This is the only deck I've actually played in this Pauper event, and it's been fine. Yep, attack me with your Angel. That should be okay. I have 3 attacks from this before I actually am down near. Okay, so more flying creatures. The flying creatures are going to be a little bit of an issue. I need to draw some draw cards. I might actually start attacking my opponent. I think I kind of have to. Like I have plenty of like blocks to make. Sure. Sure. Yeah, I'm fine with that trade. That's off three blockers for their 2 ground creatures. Like theoretically, if these ground creatures get eliminated, I do have a better clock. That's not allowed. Nice. Do I just whole hog swing in? Yep. No way you're really going to block and kill one. I am fine with that trade because I still am going to win the race. I did not expect this deck to work like this. This was not my intention. Remember, I have 22 lands and I actually have a decent land count right now. That's, you know, it's nice. Opponent has 1 card in hand. You can attack for 5. I win this race, friend. Especially since I can just Justiciar Portal kind of whenever I need to. My turn. River, unfortunate. Opponent's on 8, and we're on 8. Yeah, so we're not differentially top decking lands and stuff, so it's not like one of us is being more favored by RNGesus than the other. But the difference is I have the power of RNGs and Bolos on my side. Halo talk. Sure. We should still be favored here. Ooh, Thought Collapse, that's nice. I mean, if nothing else, we have the Justiciars to gain a bit more life if we would die, so. They're down to 13, I'll be down to... They'll be up to 14, I'll be down to, math is very hard, 14. Then I'll take them... So, I mean, they're attacking for 6. I mean, we could just remove Healer's Hog. Well, no, because it deals damage to me. I don't care. Like, math is for losers. But I can't block them anyway, so there's like no reason not to just attack. Especially since I have a Crabman. So Crabman's just an additional attacker. I cannot believe I'm actually potentially going to win a game with attacking. Oh yeah, opponent's at 7. I have lethal on board now. They'll be at 8. Yeah, I'd have lethal on board. So they do need to find something. And they have to pass it through a Thought Collapse. Unfortunately, I am down, so I can't, like, Thought Collapse and Justiciars. But I can at the very least Thought Collapse. Yeah, we did, like, no milling. This is, like, the best hand we could have gotten for this matchup. Luminous Bonds? That's fine. I want them to think that they're safe, because I want them to attack. Because I can just Justiciars at the end of their turn. That's exactly what I wanted. Yep, you're going to go up to 8. Alright, let's see if this works. Technically, there's another situation where I just blink the Nurturer to gain 3 more life, and that would still put me at winning, I believe. But this is more fun. Yeah, so they had a lot of flyers, but you're dead. You have 1 card in hand. I have a counter spell. Good game. Ooh, he was trying to do the fake out. Trying to do the mind trick. Oh. Yeah. I'll let him have it. We got there. Not awful. Not awful indeed. We'll play one more game. I do have plans for after this, so I will need to actually keep it relatively low. But I mean, we're at 7 wins? It is 7 wins with just this deck, right? Like, I've not played this with anything else. That's not entirely true. I did play it with something else, but I lost. I played it with with a Wizards deck, and I lost the first game, and I was like, this is not my vibe. Speaking of. Was it Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe? Something like that? Sure. We have Omenspeaker on turn 2, Thought Collapse on turn 3, and hopefully we get a Centaur Nurturer. Yeah, should be fine. Oh, and Vanifar. I didn't even know it was Vanifar. Oh, also, I chose these because they're like the free sleeves. I don't think they're free. They're in a bundle. I just don't remember which bundle it is. All I remember is, like, it's kind of the idea of free sleeve. Merfolk. Really? Ooh. I don't think I need another one of those. I do like being able to just counter their stuff, though. Actually, this could be an issue. Because our opponent, like, they might be playing something here on turn 2. That's more important. Oh, nope, that's fine. Don't care too much. Sure. You're gonna attack me for 2 each turn. But that's a problem for a future Justin to deal with. Current Justin doesn't have to care. Thought Collapse on them, pretty helpful. Yeah, how about no? I actually really love this if my opponent had a like needed lands. Looks like they did, because it went really fast to combat. I'd like to draw land. Well, didn't draw land. We're just gonna pass again. You know, losing 2 is harsh, but if we can just keep them stumbled for a little, we should be in a pretty good spot. Nah. destroying their prospects of lands. I'd love to top deck a land. Play a Centaur Nurturer out. That'd be pretty helpful for me. Oh my gosh, you ask, and you shall receive. Boros is a magnanimous... Oh, the Z is back. Do I attack them at all? I don't think I have a reason to. It's possible I should have. Well, that's just rude. Whatever shall I do? Do we Skyscanner? I think we just Homarid. Warm a little bit. What's really nice is we're playing a bunch of blink effects, so we don't really care about our Nurturer. Stealth mission? Oh, sure. What do you got? There's another stealth mission? There's what, 2 of them? 2 contentious plans. Nope, Courage and Crisis. Yeah, they're going all in on that. That had to have been a mistake. It looks like they see that as a mistake. I do need to draw into the Royal or whatever. I think we'll just go with Sky. This comes in taps, definitely, right? Yes. We just Skyscanner. Don't have the colored mana for that. I might as well attack with everything, though. Okay, so it's now present Justin's problem. Past Justin let this to be an issue for us. We could get into the Royal, though. That would be helpful. I assume we're just going to proliferate. I guess it's functionally the same. Yeah, they're just putting a counter. It's functionally the same. So we're dead in 2 turns. Time Twist is helpful because Time Twist allows me to gain life with our Nurturer. I would have preferred to got a white source there, but that's fine. Oh, this can be a white source, so that's nice. I do have to do this at the end of my opponent's turn before they actually go to their end step, because this is at the beginning of the end step. I might as well attack here with at least these. I have this as a sacrifice, so it should be fine. Block. Block. Cool. That's fine. So that dies. They're down to 13. I don't know if that actually matters that much. So I'm going to gain 3 life. I'll be at 9, so I still just die in 2 turns. But if I can get a white source for this portal... 1, 2, 3... Oh, right, I'm going to have a white source for the portal. Oh. So yeah, because of Nurture being blinked, I should be okay. That's fine, dude. This is a blink deck. Sure. Sure. Got another Time Twist, that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I think I need to save her. What's nice is that I can... Do I want to twist this? No, I think I just have to, like, double bounce this. I literally might as well attack with everyone. That has Defender, right? It does not. Okay, potentially an issue. But I do need to kill my opponents. So once again, I'll put a stop here. I'm probably going to blink this and twist it. 5. Yeah, I think this is actually, unfortunately, another game of combat math. Really need a blink of an eye. That's one of the reasons, like, there's an argument for having 2 blinks, or 3 blinks instead of just 2. I'm gonna portal my friend here, so I'll have an additional turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can block this. Yeah, that's fine. I can't block you. I actually think it is correct for me to bounce my Omenspeaker to try and find something, because like bouncing this, well, so I can bounce this, and then Salvager bounce this again. But that's like me just trying not to lose, and I think I just need to try and win. So I think the correct decision is to bounce Omenspeaker to try and get something good out the top. A single Omenspeaker doesn't help me. And I can't do both for... no. So I think I do have to get rid of that. Well, I am dead. Yeah. I think it was still... I still think it was correct to take that line, because even if we double bounce the Nurturer... There were 10... I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. It is definitely possible that we should have done that a different way, but I'm still satisfied. I like this deck. I think it's interesting. If I were to make any changes, probably would be to bump Blink of Eye. Let's see. Actually, I'll show you the changes I would make. I think I'd bump a Blink of an Eye. Honestly, probably drop one of the Teferi Time Twists. There's definitely a reason to up the Skyscanners, but I'm not sure if I would. Bulwark Giant, I think, is just too integral, even though it's just a 2-of, but not entirely sure. There's some of the other cards that I did consider. I don't know why that's in there. You know, Arrester's Admonition is possibly strong, but the fact that it's not a 2-drop is kind of to me. It is nice that you can bounce like your opponent's creatures as well. And if you play it on your turn, you know, you can bounce, you get to draw a card. So, like, theoretically, there's a cheaper way of using the combo with the Merfolk Woman, but it isn't as versatile, because you'd have to do it on your turn in order to draw cards, right? So, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the deck definitely could use a little bit of work. So if any of you, like, have success with changes to this deck, I would really love to know, because as far as I'm aware, I made this. Well, I mean, I did make it. It's possible someone else has also made it, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little proud of myself for being able to, like, come up with a deck, because I usually can't do that shit. I'm not good at building decks, but yeah, this is a very interesting, in my opinion, interesting deck. Can win with damage if you have to, but also the main goal, win with mill. It's really fun. Yeah. That's about it. I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander, Croft, Zin, and Rexel, for the continued support. If you'd like to join them supporting the channel, you'll find links to that down in the description below, as well as links to the Aether Hub and Discord. If you would like to support the channel but don't want to deal with Patreon, you can go ahead and just press that join button. It's all fun. It's all good. If you enjoyed this video, which I certainly hope you do, and I hope you spread it to everyone because I really think this deck is interesting, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, cast one of those comments in the comment section down below, and of course, until next time, I'll be one.